Hello, everybody. It's time for another Frank White Friday. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about Apollo 8 and Artemis II. These two missions have remarkable similarities, and though some of them are technological, most of them are sociological. Apollo 8 flew to the moon in 1968. They didn't land, but they circled the moon and returned. And it was at a time of terrible distress on the surface of the earth, especially in the United States. I was at Oxford at the time doing graduate work, but I was very aware of what was happening in America. What was happening was that Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy were assassinated. Cities were on fire. The military had to be called in to restore order. Vietnam had clearly become an unwinnable quagmire, and yet it continued. And then, to everyone's surprise, Apollo 8 went to the moon. That was not the original plan. However, NASA decided to send it because they had heard that the Soviet Union was planning something regarding the moon, and they didn't want to fall behind. Apollo 8 produced the iconic Earthrise photo, which of course you can see behind me. That wasn't planned either. And in fact, there's audio of Frank Borman, the mission commander, telling Lovell and Anders not to take a picture because it wasn't on the schedule. Like so much of space exploration, the overview effect or the experience of seeing the Earth from a distance and realizing its inherent unity and oneness happened by serendipity, not by design. It made a difference, though. I know for myself, I was really down at the end of the year after all that had occurred. And this gave me hope. It turned my attitude around because once again, while things are terrible on Earth, great things are happening in outer space. Well, here we are again. Terrible things are happening on the Earth. It's a time of chaos, both nationally and internationally. It's a time of division, of uncertainty, of volatility. And here we go once again. Sometime soon, Artemis II will go to the moon. Will it produce the same impact? I don't know. I'm doing what I can to help it have that impact. And I'm aware most of the people alive on Earth today did not experience Apollo 8. They've heard about it from people like me. So perhaps they won't be prepared for what they're going to see. There will be another Earthrise moment, as former astronaut Nicole Stott says. I hope so. I have been privileged to interview two of the astronauts on Artemis II, and so I have a special connection to this mission. What I'm hoping for is hope. I hope that after the difficult times we've had early in 2026, this mission will give us a feeling of what we can do when we work together, and will also give us an experience of the overview effect where we come to understand we're all in this together. We're on a little organic spaceship moving through an infinite and dark universe. We need each other. We need to collaborate. We need to work together. And we need to look beyond our differences. So I say Godspeed, Artemis II. Remember Apollo 8. Thank you.